Hello, everyone. This is the Triple Cross, aka Agbe Benipao. I was just watching a video on the screen here. As you can see, hopefully you can see it. The title is Choices That Can Change Your Life by Caroline Miss. It's a TED Talk, TEDx Find Horn Salon, it says. And I was just watching videos to see what I can do to up my game a little bit in terms of healing, in terms of using one of my elements of my light to heal, of my aura. The inner healer, aka El Curandero Interior. And I thought, wow, such true words. As I listened to the lady, Caroline, I was quite impressed because that's a life that I have been trying to lead. And in the last several years, I've stuck to that. And as she talked, I was like, damn, this lady knows what she's talking about. So let's share. So I'd like to share. Let's look at a bit of the video. The video is about integrity. Well, the element that I wish to share is about integrity. Living a life of integrity. This is how you return to source consciousness. You cannot return to source consciousness lying to yourself. You cannot return to source consciousness lying to others. You cannot return to source consciousness by deceiving others and yourself. You have to get along with everybody. That doesn't mean that you have to be sweet to everybody. It means that you have to be truthful to everybody. How they take it is up to you. But you have to at least make the attempt to get along. My wife and I were just talking about that not too long ago. It literally took me, how long did it take me to eat? 2 hours. I'm still on a diet. Jose, call me as soon as you can so that we can chat. I'm going to put you on a diet. There's not a minute to lose. I have much to tell you. And hopefully you have a phone. If you don't have a phone, please check your email. In any case, integrity. Integrity does not have room for lies. Integrity does not have room for holding others back. If one person, one light, one piece of light in your soul group is making it back to source, you cannot hold that person back. Mother, dear mother of mine, you came to mind. Book 5, integrity. Integrity.
I live a good life. No. I'm talking full scale. I'm going to walk the way I talk. I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to live a life of integrity. I'm going to, never mind this speak my truth. I'm actually going to tell the truth. I'm going to live with integrity. I'm going to make my choices according to what I say I believe I'm going to live. I will not, and what this means is that I'm not going to betray myself. I'm not going to compromise myself. I'm not going to put myself in a position or put myself in any circumstance, or if I'm in a circumstance, I'm getting out. Or I won't force another person. I won't force another person to be in a circumstance in which I know they're uncomfortable in order to please me.
Thank you. Thank you for saying it, lady. Cannot put yourself in a position, cannot allow others to put you in a position in order to please them or in order to please yourself, if it's not based on truth. This whole tell your truth thing, it's just nonsense. Tell your truth. Speak your truth. What truth? Your limited awareness. Just tell the truth. the actual truth, not like your version of it, because you can say what is actually true that you experienced without being biased. The self does not have to be biased. It's one of these things they teach in life, that it's your truth, no one can tell you. That's bullshit. Because the closer you get to source consciousness, the grand light, everybody knows what you're doing. Everybody knows you're hiding. Everybody knows you're not hiding. Everybody knows. Everybody sees everything. So cut the bullshit. I'm talking to you, especially source players. Okay? Live a life of integrity. Live a life of integrity. That's how you get to source. And forgive yourself or be ashamed of yourself. Sometimes being ashamed of yourself is exactly what's going to get you to the next level, help you to ascend. There's so much I can say about this, but I think I'll save it for book 5. I need to finish typing. The notebook, one of the notebook, and not the things that I wrote recently, because I still have 2 pages, a page and a half, 2 pages I have to type for the other notebook, the old notebook, and then the new information will be typed. I'll start typing it today sometime, as soon as I'm done with this video. But living a life of integrity, making a choice that helps you, okay? Getting along with others doesn't mean that you have to please them all the time. In fact, if you say something that comes out of love and they're hurt, all the better. All the better. That's how people change. Okay? Live a freaking life of integrity. Say what you mean. Don't water it down. And that's what gets you to source consciousness faster. Well, let's watch a little more of it.
I won't hold another person captive, because that has no integrity.
It has no integrity, and it will hold you back. Dear mother of mine, again, you came to mind.
I will not do that. Now, let me tell you something. Liars don't heal.
Thank you.
Liars don't heal.
Liars do not heal. Okay? Excuses are lies. They are a form of a lie. Liars don't heal. And if you're wrong, and if you didn't tell the truth, and if you're holding back, that too is a form of holding on to negativity. Lies are negativity, and liars don't heal, and holding back the truth, being unable or unwilling to apologize is a huge part of that, and it will not allow you to heal.
You can eat all the wheatgrass you want, and you could do all this stuff with seeds and vegetables. But an honest person who eats cat food will go further than you.
Damn, this lady is good. Yes. Say it.
Dishonest people who lie, people who have moral crises and do not get it.
They don't get it.
People who blame others for things that they do, and they know it.
Yes.
People who make choices, and they know another person's going to pay for the consequence of that choice, and they are conscious of it. They know for a fact that they're saying something that is not true, and they know
they're saying something that's not true. They're doing something that's not true. They do things that are not true, or that is not beneficial to them temporarily. People, book 5. Listen, you have to let them face the consequences of their actions. And that's one of the things I'm going to do from here on out. Taking on others' burdens, no more. No more. You have to go as far as to let yourself die, if that is what is required to let the other person rise. Let the person live. but you cannot indulge, you cannot delve into or reside into their negativity of lies or actions. I'm speaking from personal experience, not giving in specific examples because that would be done in book 5. But even those closest to you, no matter how much you want to help them, even if that means you going down, you must allow yourself to go down. That is love. That is deep love. Because that is strength.
The other person's going to be hurt by that. People who deliberately say things to hurt somebody. Believe you me, your body knows you did that.
Yes, believe you me, your body knows. Believe you me, your mind knows, and your soul knows.
Your mind knows you did that. Your heart and soul knows you did that. So you did that. So don't tell yourself, under any circumstances, that the problem with your depression comes from your childhood. Don't go there, knock it off, and make the decision. The decision to live an integrous life means get this act together.
Yes, get your act together.
So it's not as simple as saying I'm a good person. Knock it off.
Knock it off.
This is Major League.
Oh, yes. She can say that again. This is Major League, especially as source players. This is Major League. Okay? Stop lying to yourself. Rise. Ascend. Okay? If you're a source player with an all-seeing eye, another person just came to mind. I'm not going to say a name. You have an all-seeing eye. Not a lot of people have an all-seeing eye in their hand. And you're still eating meat? Damn, dude. Damn.
You're taking notes. And you make a decision. I will not pass my suffering on, but my wisdom.
Yes.
I make the decision not to pass on my suffering, but my wisdom. So that from the years of your life, you make the decision, the gifts that I have to pass on, I either pass on the wisdom I've learned, or I will pass on at this stage the suffering. Oh, my poor life. Or go harvest the wisdom. What do you want to pass on? The sludge or the wisdom? That's up to you. Everybody has a choice, and everybody can pass on, but again, it's the choice. It's the choice. We all have that. And believe me, I am not saying we don't have grief, we don't have pain. But if we look at life, there are certain things that all spiritual, the great religious traditions, the great spiritual holy traditions have in common. And one of the lessons of these traditions, one of the great learnings, is that life will never be that wonderful, rich thing that we want it to be, which is what we call fair.
Dead on. All right, at this point, I would say a religion doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're Catholic, if you're a Christian, if you're an atheist. Atheism is a religion as well. If you're too focused on science, your light is always there. So it doesn't matter what you believe. Okay? You can be confused as hell. You are eternal. It has nothing to do with religion, science, and all that nonsense. For the most part, nonsense. Some truth in it, as she is saying.
It will never be that. It will never be, well, that's why this happened. I had someone tell me.
That's why that happened. This is only true to a certain extent. But often people use that as an excuse and not to go deeper. So dead on again.
Me one time, well, if I only knew why this happened to me. And I said, then what difference would that make?
If I only knew why that happened. I was walking to a restaurant about 2 weeks ago in the Bronx, needed to use the restroom. And I thought about something. What did I think about? I was thinking about the things that were happening in terms of the small g God, negative light that was placed on me to screw up my thinking and cause havoc, especially in recent time. I didn't make any excuses for it. So you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Of course, the game has to get somewhat challenging. Otherwise, I don't know. Otherwise, I'm not really, it's not challenging. It's not, as a source player, and especially as an elite source player, you have to be challenged. So, but basically, it is the decisions that you make because you already knew you're going to be challenged before you came. And specifically, I'm thinking about, as I speak, I'm thinking about the millions and millions of years that I spent making the same mistakes, or some different versions, varieties, elements, layers of the same mistake. Millions of years, mostly having to do with women. So book 5 is mostly heavily based on relationships. Only in this lifetime. And I was thinking back, to save me, to bring me back to life, according to my mother. Let's just say that. Let's say this. Let me just shorten it. Then details for book 5. I'll say this. You can't save someone, especially if the person doesn't want to live. I think as soon as I was walking toward that bathroom, the number 15.1 came to mind. 15.1 years of suffering. I was thinking back, what the hell did I get out of being brought back to life? Of course, certain answers came with that. I needed to do, finish my books and the bonus round, the kits, and so forth. But other than that, I could have avoided millions and millions of years. Only in this lifetime, I had way more than enough. So no excuses, people. No freaking excuses. No excuses.
What if God sent an angel and the angel said, "What do you want? I mean, you've been banging around down here. What do you want? I want to know why this happened and this happened and this happened." What if the angel said, "Because it did"? Now what? Now here's the thing. Some of the grief and injuries that have happened to people are so horrible, it's unbelievable. And the truth is, nothing can make that go away. Nothing can make that better. And the model of healing that we have to have is a model that says healing is not about ever forgetting those things.
Precisely. People want you to forget. Okay? Forgive yourself. I always say forgive yourself. It's not the person who caused you harm that you need to work on. It's you. You are the one who must forgive yourself by saying, okay, I don't, this happened, but there's nothing I can do about it. So, but I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay by just being logical. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't make it go away. To heal. This is about healing. Living an integrous life, a life full of integrity, is how you get back to source consciousness. It's how you become more peaceful, how you feel the peace within your heart.
It's not about forgetting.
It's not.
It's about looking at what has happened to us and saying, this will never defeat me.
Yep.
It will never defeat me, but I will not live in this. I have to somehow turn this into my source of wisdom, but I will not live in woe.
I couldn't have said better words, as I said to my mother and the people around me over and over again in the last several months. No, I would not live in torment. The next 50 years of my life would not be a life of misery. So I'm doing everything I can to leave the system, to leave the grid, the immediate this life grid. Living a life of woe, living a life of pain is not living. I don't, listen, life is not a gift for the most part. You want to live? Go back home, go to source, do what you're supposed to do. Do what you're supposed to do in 50 years, do what you're supposed to do in 80 years. Taking thousands of years, millions of years to do it is just bullshit. You're lying to yourself. You don't need that much time. One lifetime is enough to clear your problems if you are dedicated, if you are serious enough.
I will not. And that becomes this choice. I have to choose wisdom or woe, but I can't make it go away. And if you can't make it go away, then that is the choice, wisdom or woe.
Okay. But that's what I wanted to share with you. Living a life of integrity, an integrous life, is how you get to source consciousness. Hell, even if you don't go to source right away, you'll feel better. You feel peace. And waiting and accepting the fact that life is going to be always going to be difficult is just stupid. No. Listen, I've never accepted that in my entire life. I've never accepted the fact that my life, or I never accepted the idea that my life was going to be always difficult. Hell, what's the point of trying if your life is always going to be difficult? You have things you need to do. You need to eat better. You need to let go of past life trauma or whatever. This is a time to do it now. Do it now, not tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Do it now. Get on the program and do it now. A lot of you, I did a video. A lot of us, we have so many problems, and we just keep like putting it off for tomorrow. A lot of people get to the point where the problems are causing them physical sickness, a heart attack, cardiac arrest, or depression. It's just, I did a video 2 days ago, and I talked about the 12 layers of the aura and how you can protect yourself. If it gets to the point of number one, where the magnetic energy surrounding your major organs, like your heart and your kidneys and so forth, then you are in serious trouble. The fact that people are having heart attacks or are having heart problems, that is a huge, huge sign that their aura, their light, has major problems. So you don't want to wait. You don't want to wait for tomorrow. Get your act together. Get your act together now. Now is the time to change. Now is the time to start feeling peace. And I keep stressing the nutrition element, because that is the fastest way to heal yourself. Because in order to move toward the outer layer of your aura, of your light, you first have to protect the base, which are your organs. And if you can't do that, if you're still eating a poor diet, make a decision and stand your ground. Stand your freaking ground. People can tell if you're faking it. If you're faking it, people can tell. If you're even twisting it a little bit, people can tell. People know. You know. People live an integrous life. This lady is dead right, dead on. Pay attention, and I'll see you a source consciousness. This is my last life here. And I'm sharing with you the steps, the things that I'm going through. So you know that I too have problems. Hell, we all have problems. So, we all had problems growing up and so forth. Let's see, did I stop the recording? I don't think I did. In any case, source speed, source consciousness.